Hi, I'm Alan, Master Gardener Volunteer with the University of California Cooperative Extension in Santa Clara County, California. Today we'll show you how to bring your pruning tools back to life. Here we have ordinary bathroom cleaner for cleaning your tools. Here we have ordinary steel wool for scraping dirt and rust from your tools. Here's a steel brush for removing heavier buildup on your tools. Here's a flat-headed screwdriver that I'll sometimes use for scraping especially heavy deposits. Here we have a carbide sharpening tool. Here we have a two-sided sharpening stone with coarse grit on one side, fine on the other. Here we have a diamond sharpening tool. This has coarse grit on one side, fine on the other. This is ordinary household oil. Today we're going to demonstrate cleaning and sharpening hand pruners and loppers. We'll start by applying foaming bathroom cleaner. Let that soak for a few seconds, then wipe it off. Now we use the wire brush to scrape some of the rust from the blade. Now I can see enough to see some little lumps on the blade that I want to use the straight edge here to scrape down. Now I'll use some steel wool just to smooth down the blade. Now I'll show you how to use the diamond sharpening tool. We'll first use the coarse side, match the angle that is already on the blade, rub in small circles. Once you've made a pass with the coarse side, you want to wipe the blade, get any grit off, then you come back and do the same thing with the fine side. Now I'll show you how to use the sharpening stone. You start with the rough side first. Again, match the angle to what's on the blade and use small circular motion. Once you've made that pass with the coarse side, wipe the blade to get any grit off. Come back and use the fine side. Do the same thing with the circular motions. Now I'll show you how to use this carbide sharpener. The carbide is actually harder than the steel tool, and it's used a little differently in that it scrapes the steel instead of rubbing it off. And again, I match the angle and rub this along the entire edge of the blade 2 or 3 times. Now we're done with the hand pruners. We're going to follow the same process with the loppers. We'll start with the bathroom cleaner. We'll use the brush to scrape the blade. We've removed the biggest pieces with the screwdriver. Now we're going to use the steel wool to smooth it down. So now we'll use the diamond sharpening tool. Again, start with the coarse side, match the angle to the blade itself, use small circular motions. After wiping that coarse grit off, come back in and use the fine side with the same angle and motion. Now I'll show the carbide sharpener on this tool. Again, match that angle and just scrape along the blade. You continue this motion until you have a shine along the entire edge and you actually can feel the sharpness. So then check the flat side. If you feel a little burr here, you just want to go along this edge to make it perfectly flat. Then we'll use some of the household oil for the mechanism. Let it work in. Once it's done that enough, just wipe off the excess. Now we'll lubricate this mechanism as well. Put the oil on, let it work in, then wipe the excess. As a finishing touch, for tools with wood handles, we'll apply a little linseed oil. So that's how you clean and sharpen your pruning tools. Thanks for joining us.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.